Hey witches, welcome back to the channel. This is WitchoftheRealms. In this video, I'm going to cover the topic of black mirrors. Okay. Black mirrors used for scrying and divination and spirit communication, spirit contact. This is one that I made. As a prerequisite to this video, as far as always from my point of view, as I share in all my videos, I would say go back and watch my video on the water element, because that is tied in to this sort of avenue of magic. The water element is associated with mirrors and scrying and psychic senses, as well as the western quarter, the western direction, which is the association with the dead and with spirit work. So watch the video on the water element that I made if you have not already watched that. The video that I did on mirror magic itself as well. And yeah, just watch those videos, listen to what I talked about in those, and just like, what am I trying to say? I thought there was one more video I needed to mention as a prerequisite, but now I can't think of it. Okay, so just watch the two videos I mentioned and just kind of see how this all flows with the water element. Now, in this video, I'm just going to be covering the use of black mirrors specifically and how I use them. I do use mirror magic a lot, especially in the aspect of spirit work, and when it comes to black mirrors in particular, I use them as a center point in ritual focused on spirit work, spirit communication in particular. So when I say that, what I mean is that, hang on. Let me see if I can find the right image here. So when you're casting a circle in this Solomonic grimoire tradition, when you cast a circle and you put the triangle outside of the circle, I thought I had a picture of it in this book, but I can't find it now. There's supposed to be, you know, a black mirror there in the triangle. so that the spirit can use it as a means of manifesting itself in the surface of the black mirror. So that's just in the Solomonic tradition, grimoire tradition. But when you're doing any kind of ritual or magic like that, of spirit work, spirit conjuration, and you want to have, something similar to the triangle of art, where the spirit can manifest in this thing, you can use, like I have this as well. This is just an obsidian crystal ball. You could use something like this as well. This is considered a black mirror too. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just talking about, this kind of mirror. So basically I'll set up the triangle, and then I'll just set this mirror in the center. I'll burn some incense in front of it, so that in between my vision and the mirror there'll be incense smoke. And I will set a black candle on either side. Sometimes white candles. You can use really any color, whatever color is associated with the spirit you're trying to contact, but I like using black or just white. And I set it on either side, or sometimes I just set one behind me where I'm sitting, or behind the mirror. It really all just depends on exactly what I'm doing, what kind of spirit I'm trying to contact, and just what I feel in the moment, and also what I have on hand in the moment for setup. So it's really quite simple. You just set it up. Some other ways I do it is I won't cast a circle, I won't have a triangle of art, but I will just set the mirror on my altar and set the candles up however I want, put the incense in front of it. But mainly that's what I always do, is set an incense in between my line of sight to the mirror, so that the smoke passes and kind of forms this like misty screen over the mirror. And that just really helps to get into the right mindset and trance state, so that your eyes can start to perceive the spirit in the mirror. You don't have to use incense, but like I said, it just helps you to induce that trance state, or at least it does for me. I don't always use the incense. That's more when I'm doing in a ritual setting. Like when I'm doing an actual conjuration, like verbally speaking a conjuration or an incantation to call a spirit to me. I do like a full ritual in that aspect, and I put the mirror with the incense and the candles. Other times when I'm not necessarily in that ritual setting, I will just gaze into the black mirror with no other kind of candles or incense or anything. And that's mainly when I'm just communicating with my own matron goddess Hecate, and I feel like we're at a close level to where I don't have to do a full ritual to conjure her presence. I feel like she's always with me. So that's mostly how I do that. I just look in the mirror any time of the day. I can have it setting anywhere, but I do mainly set it on my altar, and just kind of slip into that trance state. It's not as intense as when I do a full ritual conjuration with the incense smoke, as far as going into that trance state. A lot of times when I do it in the way that I said with Hecate, where I just don't do any kind of ritual, I just look in the mirror itself, I don't really see anything. It's more of just something to look at while I get into a meditative state, and the experiences I have are really just internal and mental conversations and stuff like that with the goddess. I don't actually see anything in the mirror, but looking at the mirror does help get into that meditative state. But when I do the ritual setting, with the incense smoke and all of that, I do get into a much deeper induced trance, and I do physically see things, spirits and images. I don't always see spirits, but I do a lot of times see brief images. Like they'll just flash in and out. Like I'll see an image, it will fade away, and then I'll just see the mirror and incense smoke, and then another image will come, and things like that. Like it will come spaced apart. But all the while I will be getting internal messages from the spirit. So that's how it works for me. Some other things that could help with this process: you can use some sort of a psychic oil, belladonna oil, or wormwood, mugwort, cinnamon. Those are the ones I mainly use. You can use those as oils. You can use them as burned incense, or both. That's what I like to do. I burn the incense. That's for psychic divination purposes, spirit communication purposes. And I wear the oil on my third eye, on the back of my neck. Sometimes I put a little dab on my temples. And I like to anoint my chakras going down as well. And that all just contributes to getting into the trance state that you need to be in to really use the black mirrors, or do any kind of mirror scrying and divination and psychic activity like that. So this is just a brief video. I wanted to give a sort of overview of how I do it, and y'all let me know in the comment section if you want me to do a more like showing y'all how it looks and stuff like that, because I could set it up for y'all and just record that, or record a divination session for you all, sort of how I do it. So if you're interested in me making a video like that, leave a comment below and let me know. Also, let me know if you have any other topics you want me to cover, as well. I'm going to be right back with another video on familiars in the craft. Okay? Listen to me.